Well, howdy and welcome to Sugar Pie Farmhouse. I know I'm late to the summer party. But you know what? Remember that old saying that goes, when it rains, it pours? Yeah, that pretty much sums up my whole summer. So the good news is I'm here now and I cannot wait to share with you some summer goodness. I would love for you to follow me on Instagram, and I want to let you know that I am going to be blogging on a regular basis very soon now. My website is getting fixed, and as soon as it's finished, then I'm getting back on there, and I cannot wait to share all kinds of wonderful homemaking ideas for you. I know this is a difficult season for all of us, and it just makes me think about how important it is to fill our homes with comfort and joy, especially in these uncertain times. I hope that you are encouraged and uplifted as we celebrate the sweetness of summertime. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Well, welcome! My entryway theme harkens back to the old-fashioned church picnics in the summertime, where folks would gather under big shady trees to come together to eat and fellowship. Aproned womenfolk would lay out their mouth-watering homemade dishes along long tables filled to the brim with delicious goodness, and for dessert, homemade ice cream and pie. There's a darling song by the Gaithers, and it goes like this. Down by the tabernacle, oh, where the June bugs danced and the lemonade flowed, and we prayed and we sang till the sun sank low, laughing with our sisters and brothers. Down by the tabernacle, hey, where you knew you were loved and you wanted to stay. Though the Texas heat was like Judgment Day, we always enjoyed each other. We went to the river and some were baptized, clapped our hands and testified. Then we passed around the chicken and the buttermilk pie, and nothing ever tasted better. Then the kids played ball and the babies just played, while the old men napped out under the shade. And the women picked flowers and sipped lemonade, and sat around talking together. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking this sounds a lot like heaven. That sweet little farmer boy print was from a 1940s vintage calendar. I bought it on eBay and then had it enlarged onto this canvas. I painted the peaches sign on an old piece of barnwood to tie in the very realistic peach branches that I got at Michael's craft store. The little Amish boy's sweet straw hat fit in perfectly. You can tell it was well used, and I love that. I added the old hay fork to complete this farmy scene. How cute is this old paint-by-number painting of a little boy fishing in the creek? Well, here's more farmy goodness. Looks like Buttercup the cow has gotten into the cabbage patch again. Take a look at this shovel. It's over 100 years old. Look at the handmade handle. It's historical farm art. I love it. I bet the old farmer that used that shovel never thought in a million years that it would be used in someone's home as a decorative piece of art. Hey, let's head into the kitchen. You know, one of my favorite things about my pantry is how the old farmhouse screen door squeaks. I love setting the tone in my home with happy chalkboard messages. And I've got my aprons ready for when it's time to start supper. And it's tradition now to show you my favorite Susan Branch calendar. Her artwork and quotes just make me so happy. I have a link to this calendar and some of the other things I'm going to be showing you today, so make sure you check them out down below. If you've watched my other home tours, then you know about my chicken sisters, the cute yard birds under the farm table. Well, let me tell you a story. Several years ago, I was at my neighbor's house and I saw her big chicken propping her pantry door open, and I loved it. I had been looking for one, and she said that she got it the day before at a local flea market. She said there were 2 more in the same booth. So the next day, I went there and found them, and they came home with Mama. Just a few months ago, the same sweet neighbor friend of mine was moving across town, and she gifted me her chicken, the one on the right. It's the sister of my other 2, so now they're all reunited. Hooray! Even though it's silly, it still makes me happy. They belong together, don't you think? On my farm table, I created a little farmer's market stand. I just like to decorate in a whimsical way. That's just me. Well, it all began with this pickle sign that I got at an antique store for $1.50. I added this homemade pickles crock and filled this chippy barnwood cupboard with jars of what else? Pickles! Let me let you in on a secret. I did not can these pickles. I got them at a local Amish store. I gave them an old-timey look by cutting cheesecloth to cover the lid, and then I tied them with twine and turned them around to show off the pickles, not the label. I wanted to brighten the inside of the cupboard, so I painted it white. But it wasn't quite bright enough, so I put one of those stick-on lights inside, and boy, did that make a difference. It also came with a remote control that has a timer as well as an on and off button. On my farm stand, I also put a crate filled with delicious homemade jam from the Amish. When I change out my decor for fall, I'm excited to enjoy this jam on my homemade bread. Or I just might use these jars of jam to decorate for fall. We'll see. These wooden butter paddles belong to my mother-in-law. Her mama made fresh churned butter every week down on the farm in Oklahoma. There's something I'm so excited to show you in my kitchen. For the longest time, I've been wanting to change the tile on the stove backsplash, and we finally did it. It's a farm fresh white backsplash now. It looks so clean and happy. Here's what it looked like before. I was going with that Purina checkerboard look about 14 years ago. And it's cute, but I really am enjoying the change. This year I decided to keep those cute picnic baskets lined with vintage tablecloths like I did last year because I love them so much. They delight my heart, and you know what? That's a good thing. We should decorate our homes in a way that makes our heart happy. Hey, do you see that buttermilk biscuit sign? When I bought the sign, the word biscuits used to say biscuits with a Q instead of a C. It was that way for the longest time, so I finally fixed it. It took 5 minutes. Why did I wait years to get that done? Silly me. Well, here's my coffee bar, and here is my latest find from a favorite antique store, this Myrtle's Cafe mug. It's from a pie shop in Illinois. It was too adorable to pass up. Look how cute Myrtle is. What a darling. Well, I've showed you this before, and every time everyone wants to know where to get it. It's this rolling tray that you set your coffee maker on, so you can easily open it up to put your coffee in. What a genius idea someone had. I'll leave a link below so you can check it out. I love it so much I got 2. Well, it's no secret that I have a passion for hearth and home. I love the idea of keeping the home fires burning and making my home a place where my family loves to be. I think about the cozy little cabin that Ma and Pa Ingalls called home. Laura Ingalls Wilder said, "Home is the nicest word there is." She also wrote in the book The Long Winter, and I quote, "It was so wonderful to be there, safe at home, sheltered from the winds and the cold." Laura thought that this must be a little like heaven, where the weary are at rest. She could not imagine that heaven was better than being where she was, slowly growing warm and comfortable, sipping hot, sweet ginger tea, seeing Ma and Grace and Pa and Carrie and Mary all enjoying their own cups of it, and hearing the storm that could not touch them here. As we know full well, it's a dark, scary world out there, and to love our family well, we must make home feel safe and comforting. We must make home feel calm, not chaotic. There's no comfort anywhere for anyone who dreads to go home, said Laura Ingalls Wilder in the book Little Town on the Prairie. We are nourishing the emotional needs of our family and ourselves by providing a clean and beautiful place for them to live, learn, play, laugh, and love. Every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands. That's in Proverbs 14:1. You know, I love decorating my home for the seasons, but without love in the home, they are just pretty decorations. Let's plant seeds of the fruit of the Spirit, stated in Galatians 5:22 through 23. Let's plant the seeds of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When we plant those seeds and keep Christ at the center, we will harvest a happy home. As we savor the last few sweet drops of summer, let's make plans to make home the coziest and sweetest ever this coming fall. Bless your family and make home sweet. Well, thank you so much, darlings, for stopping by, and I hope that you're feeling just a little bit happier and that you have joy bells ringing in your heart. Now, you take good care of yourselves, and if you start to worry, I want you to go straight to Psalm 91 and read it out loud, and it will calm your heart and make you realize and remember that Christ is right there with you. If you call out to Jesus, He's right there. He's the one that knows you best and loves you the most. Well, God bless your darling heart, and y'all come back now, you hear?